External SSDs are replacing external hard disk at a rapid pace. It's smaller, lighter, yet more durable and more resilient against bumps and drops. Plus, external SSDs are also much faster than the hard disk counterparts. But to make things as simple as possible, we have the KLEVV R1. This is an all-in-one solution with a high-speed SSD inside. And I've been using the KLEVV R1 for the past week or so, and this is what I discovered. Now let's talk about the unboxing of the KLEVV R1. It comes in a very simple box, and we have the user manual inside alongside with the SSD itself, and also a very interesting cable. It's a flat Y cable so that you can use the KLEVV R1 with either a USB-A or a USB Type-C port on your computer. That's great! Taking a look at the KLEVV R1, it's sleek in design. It has a distinct two-tone design as it also has an angular design at the front as well with a semi-transparent back. And we can see the copper heatsink through that semi-transparent back panel too, which we will get further into later. At the top of the SSD, we have a tiny indicator LED and a USB Type-C port. When I plug in the KLEVV R1 into the MacBook Pro, it immediately worked. That is because KLEVV formatted it to EXFAT format, which means it is compatible with every major operating systems out there, including Windows PC, Mac, Linux, and even Androids and Chromebooks as well. By the way, with every purchase of the KLEVV R1, it also comes with a free license to the Do Your Data recovery software. As the name suggests, it is used for data restoration if you accidentally deleted a file off your storage drive. Then I went back to my desktop and I benchmarked the KLEVV R1. I mean, this is the benchmark results that you can see here, which is kind of expected from an external SSD of this caliber. It will reach somewhere around the advertised 1000 megabytes per second with a sequential read and write speed, and I'm impressed there. And while doing this stress test though, I also realized that the SSD got quite warm. The hottest part is always at the back top here, where the controller is supposed to be. And with our thermal camera, we measured at the front is at about 48 degrees Celsius, whereas the back is at about 51 degrees Celsius. Those temperatures are definitely safe for your SSDs, so there's nothing to worry about. And then I copied everything from my current external SSD to the KLEVV R1, and I have to say the KLEVV R1 definitely performed a lot better. Scrubbing through footages is responsive, copying large footages is also much faster, and most importantly, this SSD is smaller and sleeker too. But we are not done. Taking a look at the KLEVV R1 again, at the back here we can see there are a total of 4 screws that can be taken out, and then the entire KLEVV R1 can be dismantled. It is here that we can see the overall construction of this SSD is fairly simple. We have the aforementioned copper heatsink and a piece of thermal pad, and finally the SSD itself. The SSD used here is a very standard M.2 2280 NVMe SSD, which we can take out of the mainboard and perhaps quote-unquote upgrade the KLEVV R1 by installing a 2TB SSD if we choose to do so down the road. And for the price of 649 ringgit, I would say that the KLEVV R1 is actually quite a good deal, considering that if we are to buy 1TB NVMe SSD and then a reliable high-speed external SSD enclosure separately, it will cost somewhere about the same as the KLEVV R1 1TB version. So yeah, I would say it's a worry-free solution, so just buy the KLEVV R1 and you can use it right away. So that's it. That's all we have to share with you about the KLEVV R1. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.